The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hello, it's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Welcome to the show. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's Thursday. Andrew is here. Noah's here. We are taping this episode on Wednesday because I'm going to be... yeah, it's Wednesday. I just want to be honest with you. I can't lie. It's Wednesday.
Fine.
But we're doing a special episode ahead of time, and we can't fake it with you guys. Andrew, yesterday's episode, we did not get to anything Andrew related. What's been going on in your life? What did you do last night? Any big updates?
No, I mean, I wish my life was more exciting. It's just fucking, I have a very boring life. I really do. Mm-hmm. And it's a little frustrating because, I don't know, I did those shows over the weekend. That was fun. Society and God. And I'll tell you what, when I'm bored, I just I re-downloaded Twitter. So that's good. That's a huge event for me.
I didn't know you had taken it off.
I didn't either because it was only 25 seconds, but it was a big 25 seconds. I really found myself during that time, which was great.
Yeah.
I'm very heavy into the Kanye thing going on right now.
Okay, You're very much into that. I have very much not into it, but I know that maybe that makes me seem like I'm not an ally or something, but I just think he is... I mean, yeah, he's stoking some hatred for sure, but I just think he's so mentally ill, which most people are that are, anti-Semites. I think that's definitely something's wrong with your brain if you hate a group of people so much. I mean, but what's can you update me on what you know and what your thoughts on it?
Where do I start? I mean, it all started where...
DEFCON.
He said, he went DEFCON 3, which was spelled wrong, which is fine. Me, I can't even speak, so how can I get mad about a misspelling? Yeah. But he said he was going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews. He wrote a tweet. And he was already kind of going through it, threatening Pete Davidson.
I like that he did say Jewish people. He didn't say Jew. Like, it's like, I expected him to just throw a hard Jews in there. I think now he's gone that way.
He does a lot of the Jewish media, like a lot of just tropes that have been said before the Holocaust started.
As someone, don't you see someone who is like about to jump off a building, almost crazy?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
Like this is like, I don't know. If it was someone that people were taking more seriously, and I'm not Jewish, so I can't really speak to this. So I guess you can continue how you're talking. How you feel about it.
Well, thank you for letting the Jew speak. No, I think that I'm fine. I'm Jewish. I can say it. Hard Jew. I think that yes, if you're saying, oh, well, I'm looking at him, but millions upon millions of people are not looking at him as insane. They're looking at him as being a genius, about finally seeing the light, seeing the truth, speaking truth to power. Millions of people. Read the comments on anything that is canceled. And you could easily go, well, no, people just think he's crazy. He's just crazy. That's not how the world's
his subreddit
it.
for a while. After I saw his documentary, I was like a fan, so I followed his subreddit. And when he started, I'm not following it anymore just because I was like tired of reading about him. I just didn't care anymore. And I will say that most of his like legions of fans on there were months ago when I left already done with him. So, I guess
a whole new world of Candace Owens.
Are the comments the ones that are really making you go insane?
Well, I mean, I'm fine. I'm honestly like, part of me is like, yeah, we do run shit. Go fuck off, like whatever. We started this. It's like we built it, so why shouldn't we not be part of Hollywood? Like, it's like, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Wait.
But but I'm saying like part of me wants to be cocky about like, oh, you're giving us the stereotype of being like, oh, we run this. It's like, okay, sweet. Like we work hard and we're smart and we fucking get ahead and like whatever. Like part of me is like, I want to use it as like, I don't know. I don't want to give in and be like, I know.
Are you more invested in this because you're Jewish, you think? Or are you just fascinated by this? Okay, yes.
For sure.
So what are you mainly looking into? And like, are you feeling just like, are you feeling upset seeing how many people are on his side? Or are you feeling threatened? Are you feeling like how you felt when that teacher told you to put your nose on the blackboard and like, when you're, you know, like, is this making you feel all those things again?
For sure. I think growing up where I grew up, I think when you have your temple spray painted not with swastikas and 6 million left, and you're constantly like, you tell someone you're Jewish and they look at you like a fucking alien, and you realize that a majority of our country, a lot of our country fucking looks at Jews, like looks down on Jews and hears Jewish media and they just believe it, and they don't like, that just is like, yeah, they fucking do run everything. They're the Illuminati. Fuck them. They should, you know, like, this is how the Holocaust started. Like, with this kind of, because what will happen, right, is if, like, let's say we go into a recession and all the banks fucking start foreclosing on your homes, who gets to blame? The Jews are going to start being blamed. And that's the problem, is like, when you say, the Jews, they control the banks. Because they say the Jews control the banks and that we control Hollywood, and that really Kanye's mad at like 5 fucking people, and he then generalizes it and
What
throws
made
it on
Kanye
everybody.
go off? Do we know the source of it besides his brain?
I do. I mean, there's a few things. One, he had a lunch with Jared Kushner that went really poorly, where he felt like Jared, because he has such an ego, and Jared Kushner has $2 billion as opposed to Kanye having $1 billion. So
how does Kanye have $1 billion? Chris told me this last night. Kanye is a billionaire.
Billion, apparently $11 billion because of Yeezys.
How does he have
Adidas?
Is that really what makes him a billionaire? Because of Adidas?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus fucking Christ, that is so much money. I can't even believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Well, think about it. And then you go, okay, well, I can't get anything done and everyone blackballs me, but meanwhile, you're worth $11 billion. So
who's holding
it seems to be
back?
working out okay for you. Exactly. He has such an ego. So he had a lunch with Jared Kushner, which apparently Jared Kushner, who's Jewish, treated him shitty. And then he had some deals with music execs over the time with the lawyers, and he felt like they all colluded together, Jewish people, instead of just business people. He always has to say, well, the Jews colluded together to hold him back and to ruin and take money from him. So now it's all Jewish people, you know? So, I mean, Noah's Jewish as well. I'm sure she has some thoughts of her own on this.
Have you been following the Kanye drama, Noah?
I've been following it as much as I care about it. I think I'm not as like passionate about it as Andrew is. And I want to tread lightly because I don't want to be like have stones thrown at me when I try to see like the middle of it. I hate that he generalized the stuff about Jewish people when what he was trying to illustrate was that he was getting screwed out of deals. And the thing that he said with the dinner with Jared Kushner and stuff is like it was Jared and like his brother who has more. He said he has like more shares of the clothing line company that Kanye started. I think it's even Skims. I don't know. There's like, and he's just insane. But I think like the root of what he's saying has to do with how Black people are treated in industry and in business and how they're getting screwed out of a lot of money. And I wish he would have belabored that point instead of blowing up the whole Jewish thing.
Right. Well, what is the crux of his White Lives Matter shirt? Just to stir up like, why is he what are those about? I'm sorry, I'm really ignorant about this. Like, I just kind of tune him out because it's just so disturbing and it seems so chaotic. I can't even keep up.
Yeah.
Well, the White Lives Matter, initially when I saw it, and he did say this is one of his reasons later, is that he doesn't want white people to tell him that Black Lives Matters. It's like a victimhood. He doesn't want to feel like a victim ever. Like, that's his whole thing. So he wears the White Lives Matter. He's like, your life matter. Like, oh, you're telling me my life. It's like that thing of like, I suck, you suck. And it's like it's like in that regards. Also, they think Black Lives Matter is a scam. Candace Owens just came out with a documentary talking about how not the movement, but the organization has taken the money and used it incorrectly. And they've like called that out and called truth to that. And so he's mad about the actual movement of Black Lives, or the organization of Black Lives Matters too. So
I cannot believe he's a billionaire because of shoes. What world do we live in where Kanye West is a billionaire because of shoes?
Clothing lines are like makeup
I gotta
lines.
start a clothing line. I gotta start a line. Like, this is how you make money now, is you just sell garbage to people that is eventually gonna just end up in the ocean. It's like, it's gross to me. I gotta
Well,
come up with some
Adidas-
kind of. If you could start a brand, like what would you do, Andrew? Like what kind of thing would you sell if you had to expand your brand? Like would it be golf balls? Would it be a type of golf club? Is there something that you see a necessity in the industry that isn't really, like or is out there that you could actually have a good influence on?
I don't know.
I'll
I
answer
feel
first.
Okay, go ahead.
You had one? Okay.
No, I just
giving
feel
you
like
time
it
to think.
depends. Are you going to team up with someone or are you going solo on this? Because if you team up with someone, it's a different
I'm not going to ask you to make this in your garage, like make a new shoot. Like you're definitely going to have to work with engineers, but like do you have an idea for something that like
No, go ahead.
What
You
would
go
be
first,
your
'cause
thing?
You go first.
I have an
What do you
app
think?
idea, which who doesn't have an app idea, but I don't want to
Urlacher?
even say it on
Are
here.
you sure you want to say it? Yeah.
I don't want to say it. It's too good of an idea. But I do have an app idea that I think could change the world. But I also do, the celebrity skincare stuff. Like I want to come out with one product where you don't have to do anything else except one thing, because I use one product for my night cream, for my day cream. I put on an SPF. I'm not talking about SPF and stuff, but for moisture, I use one product. And I mean, that already is out there, but and I feel like it's not lacking in any way. So I don't know what I would add to it except my name, but I would just put that out and be like, it's just one thing, girls. And it's $10. It's not a like maybe that.
Yeah.
And I think I would be good at coming up with, I think, maybe not a clothing line, but I would do, I don't know. I could do makeup. I could do like a cool, but everything that I would put out is already out. There's nothing that isn't already out. I don't want to add to stuff that's what I'm asking. Like, is there anything that isn't out yet? And the only thing I can think of is this app idea I have, but it's kind of already out there too. I would just brand it in a different way that would make it more sense for people. But I truly don't know that there's, I mean, this is if there was something, we would be inventors, but...
Yeah, I can see this on Shark Tank. I mean, it was
like, do you see is there a golf thing that you're like, man, I wish that there was a club that did this and like had this design and like I would really like this kind of golf hat or shirt or I don't know. Even F45, like that class is like taking, what would you change about that class? Maybe you could start your own like workout place.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think F45 really does do it right. I was thinking about your lotion thing and what you were saying, the one, because I was talking to my older brother about it because he got put on we're on regimens from Brenna and they're 5 steps. And for a guy, that's a lot of, it's like,
For a
I'm
girl,
saying like for a girl
Too
too.
much.
Yeah. So it's like, what is the right amount of steps? Like, what would you, like, I think like that's, obviously, they want more steps,
I've never
more
gotten
products
so
to
many
sell.
compliments on my skin in my life. I've never been someone who gets told they have good skin. And every makeup artist that I talk to now, like every single one I see in the past 3 years that I've just been washing my face and using this one thing, nothing else, I get constantly told you have a good
What's
complexion.
the one thing?
And I don't
Can
know.
you not say it because
It's
you want
my,
it to not run out? The ordinary stuff?
The ordinary plant squalane. That's all I use for everything. And it's just like, I just, and I probably, because I'm not exfoliating as much. I mean, I definitely do like masks and stuff here and there, but, and I shave my face. I like when I'm in the shower, so that probably exfoliates. Yeah, dermaplane, but I do it with,
Andrew,
the same one as my
I know everything about
boyfriend's razor.
Do you really?
I mean, I
Brings
would.
it close.
He doesn't. He like hides his from me. I think because he knows that I'm dirty and would probably use it. Like, like all of his things are so neat. We've been doing this thing on the girls' chat where we go. Kirsten started it. She films all of Corey, her husband's things. Like they were on vacation, and all of Corey's like clothing were like neatly folded, put over this chair perfectly. Just everything was organized, and she was like, da, ha, 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 ha. And she's filming it and she was like, Corey's things over here, and she goes, my stuff, bum, 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 my stuff, and she just zooms in on her stuff.
Yeah.
It would be such a funny TikTok trend to just show like the neat person in the relationship and go, ha, 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 ha,
It is good. You should do
and
that.
then just go,
that.
my stuff, boom, 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 my stuff. Because I mean, living with Chris, that is definitely us. My stuff is everywhere, and his is ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I'm definitely the my stuff person in our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no golf club or anything that like I feel like your celebrity has to be to a certain point to invent or to put out a product that would actually be successful, unless it really fills a need. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think like what could
I want
fill
a pair of
need,
pants that are athleisure for women that actually look not athleisure. I want a pair. That's what I want. And they don't exist. I want Lululemon to come out with jeans. I want some kind of like, I don't know
funny,
what the in-between is.
They have that for men. They have that for men at Lululemon, commission pant, but I don't know if they have that.
Yeah, well,
for
that's what
women.
I'm saying. Men can buy their entire wardrobe at Lululemon and look really fucking good and dapper, and like you're not going to go to a black tie function in Lululemon, but you can get pretty damn close to like date night, a cocktail part. Like you can look handsome with a Lululemon ensemble, but as a woman, you still can't, and they still have the best fabrics. I just want them to figure it out how to make, and also I would make a sports bra, because I have the best sports bras are ones that scoop down and they kind of give you a lift, but they hold you in, but they give you some cleavage and they scoop down. I also have an idea for tank tops that like there's certain clothing that I think I could do a good job on, but I don't know if I have that little I have that gene in me that's like I want to make things, you know. I definitely know I don't. That's just not the thing for me.
I mean, I do watch Shark Tank a lot. Like I love Shark. I love the idea of some of these things where it's like, oh, the back massager that reaches farther, like such little things that you think are already done. I mean, think about being an inventor 20 years ago or 30 years. It would have been so fucking easy. Now everything's
think about right
done.
now, dude, there's stuff right now, 30 years from now, will be like, how did no one put, wheels on luggage? They did not do that till the 80s. Imagine. No one thought, let's put little wheels on this stuff. Like,
I know.
What
the
other
wheel was
things
the
in your
first
life could have little wheels on it? Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had a trunk that was like 3,000 pounds. Like, it weighed more than the stuff that's in it. And
it's wild.
It is wild. It was also like a casket if you died. Oh, what a ridiculous invention. I like the idea of like a. Trying to think what would be like.
I need to invent something that here's some necessities out there. If a good way to carry necklaces traveling. Haven't found it yet. I even hired some organizers to redo my life. They gave me the best jewelry travel case, and it's still not good. The necklaces get all tangled. Yes, what?
I got a good idea. A little tiny clip for your socks, so you never lose one sock. So you have the small, and so right before you put it in the dryer, or if you're putting it, it's the smallest little clip. So then they could wash.
Good.
Yeah, it's not that bad. So
but
then
I feel like you would lose those clips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Machine.
Well, maybe there's a little tray next to the washer that holds the clips. Or they're magnetic and they stick to the washer or something like that, so you don't lose them.
I mean, the amount of money I've spent on socks is extraordinary because I like a good sock, and I get a lot of my socks from Lululemon, but like I feel like
Amazon has the best socks. I buy like they're just white, like not even ankle socks, just like the tab comes up just enough that they don't shoe doesn't slip inside your shoe. I love them.
And it's good material. Like that's the problem with certain socks. Yeah.
It feels.
So maybe
try them out. They're like $10, so it's not. You're not going to be too out if you buy them and don't like them. And I'll just take them if you don't like them because we were the same size, bro.
that is true, brah.
All right, let's go take a break and we'll come back with Fanthrax. All right, we're back. It's time for fan mail via Fanthrax. Thank you, Avi, for that. Noah, what do we have today? Who's writing to us? What are they saying? What do they want?
So many besties leave us voicemails, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of them.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's start with a misheard lyric. Here is Amy.
Hi, Nikki, Andrew, and Noah. I was just listening to the pod from last week, and a listener called in with their misheard lyric, so I thought I'd call in with mine.
It was leukemia one.
When I was a kid, one of my favorite movies was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
And there's a scene where Robin Williams is cleaning the house and vacuuming and dancing around,
Dude
and
looks like
the
a
song
lady
by Aerosmith, Dude Looks Like a Lady, is playing. And we all thought that it was Do the Funky Lady. So my mom and my aunt and my cousins and all of my younger siblings all thought it was Do the Funky Lady. And maybe my mom and my aunt knew the actual lyric and just didn't tell us. I don't know. But that was a thing growing up, that when we were vacuuming or cleaning, a lot of times we would sing to each other, Do the Funky Lady. And it was just kind of a thing. And I probably learned in my 20s that was not the correct lyric, and that it was Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Yes.
Yeah, which makes a lot more sense.
I learned it late
for
too.
The movie. So that's my story. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you, Amy. Thank you. I always thought it was Do Look Like a Lady. Like, you should look like Do Look Like a Lady. Like they were insisting. So I didn't know it was Dude Looks Like a Lady until very late too. And I was kind of disturbed that it was that. I was like, what is this song? But I don't know the other verses to it. Should we listen? Should we see what those verses were?
Yeah, I don't know what is it about transgender? Is it about...
Well, we're about to find out. Okay, so the lyrics are: Dude looks like a lady. 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 Cruising to a bar on the shore. Yeah, cruising to a bar on the shore. Her picture graced the grime on the door. She's a long lost love at first bite. Baby, maybe you're wrong, but you know it's all right. That's right. Backstage, we're having the time of our lives until somebody says, forgive me if I seem out of line. Then she whipped out a gun and tried to blow me away. So never judge a book by its cover, or who you gonna love by your lover. Love put me wise to her love in disguise. She had the body of a Venus. Lord, imagine my surprise. Let me take a peek, dear. Baby, let me follow you down. Do me, do me, do me all night. Baby, let me follow you down. Turn the other cheek, dear. Do me, do me, do me. What? Oh, and then, holy shit, Amy, it says, what a funky lady.
Oh.
One of the lyrics, it is Dude Looks Like a Lady, but there is a part where he does say, what a funky lady. Oh, she like it. She like it. She like it. Oh, he was a lady. And so I guess this is about Steven Tyler being tricked by, or feeling tricked by someone, a very, passing transgender woman that, looked really good, which, many of them really do. And you would never, ever know that they were born a different gender, that they aren't in their soul. So I guess that's what it's about. And he doesn't seem to be mad about it. He's just like, wow, they got me.
He loved her body.
He loved her body. She had body of Venus. Yeah. But it is very apropos for Mrs. Doubtfire. Any thoughts before moving on?
No, I need to watch that movie again. That's what it makes me feel.
That movie is so fucking good.
So
the whole
good.
time. The whole time.
When
so
his nose
good.
falls off. Yeah.
Yes, and drive-by fruiting.
Yeah.
And I just remember that's where I learned about hot flashes. All right, let's get to the next one.
Okay, next one comes from Lauren.
Hi, Nikki, Noah, and Andrew. I was just calling in to tell a very funny story. I have been using the word "cuh" a lot lately and telling my husband all about what it means. And today we were in the car driving home from a pumpkin patch, which, yes, is very "cuh," but that's not the point. We were listening to your podcast, and it was at the end, and you all were saying, okay, don't be "cuh." And I just sort of shouted out, don't be "cuh." And my 2-year-old in the backseat goes, "cuh." So I just thought you would think it was funny that, the next generation will start using the word "cuh" pretty frequently. All right. All the swells. Bye.
Hi, sweetie. You're so sweet. I love your voice. Wait, what was her name?
Lauren.
That makes me so happy. I hope your child knows what it means. It's just so perfect to say "cuh."
Yeah, it's
just
simple.
like it just, and people get it immediately.
I really do say it involuntary. Sometimes
I say it all the time. My new thing, because I sometimes you can't say it out loud. I just go. I hold up peace sign like "Keh." Like I just go "Keh." Like Chris and I were watching something the other day, and I kept. We were listening to. We were listening to some lyrics or something. It might have been Taylor Swift, and I kind of was going "Keh," because there was a little bit of like references to drinking, and I was just like "Keh, Keh, Keh." But but that's how I feel about any drinking of like, I'm going to drink my problems. But I love Taylor and I love all her music and she doesn't seem to have a drinking problem. So I invite it. But do not listen to Taylor's music. If you're a Swiftie out there and go like, she's glamorizing drinking. She's a responsible drinker. If you get blackout drunk, you don't drink like Taylor Swift does. And I think that I would have probably in my 20s been like, Taylor drinks, I'll keep drinking. But Taylor puts out album after album. She's not, like the alcoholic I was. But I think, sometimes we like look for excuses like, well, this person drinks. It's like, yeah, but they don't have a problem with it. They just like it to let loose. And you'd like it to escape your problems and to not have to work. Okay, so let's get to the next Fanthrax.
All right, next one is anonymous, but has a question.
No joking.
The hacking site.
What do you guys think about baby on board signs on the back of people's cars? Hot or not, annoying or helpful? I don't know. What do they want us to do with that information? I don't know. Just let me know.
Feels a little like a brag.
What do you guys think? Just a baby.
Just a baby.
It's like I wasn't going to hit your car until I found out there was a baby in it. Like,
yeah.
Is it a way to tell people to drive more careful? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of a brag. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
You're so
3
fertile.
babies on board. 4 babies. I
think it's just someone who's just so worried that something's going to, like, they're just an anxious OCD person and they need to cover every base. I could see myself maybe doing that if I had a kid, but I wouldn't because I know how, baby on board signs were maybe the first like thing I heard stand-up comedians make fun of, like in the 80s, like it was such a trope of like baby on board. The fact that they still exist is so, it's almost like, I don't know, like
a no
those
fear
like
shirt
Kirby
still
was here, or like Calvin pissing on a Ford logo or something. It's just so antiquated. I even like that more. I would like a Calvin pissing on a baby on board sign. That would really confuse the people.
Dead baby on board.
Well, what about the people that put those stick figures of their family? I think those are definitely gone away. They're not like cool anymore. But they used to do that all the time. And that's a little bit of being like, I have kids in this car. And it's like, we know you're driving a shitty minivan. Why would you drive that other than having kids? That would be weird.
Baby on board is like a dog, beware dog, like to guys trying to fuck the person driving. They're like, you know what I mean? Like it keeps guys from trying to hit on you while you're driving. It's like,
wait, dogs keep guys from hitting on you?
No, so like you don't want to rob a house that says beware dog because the dog will attack you and there's a dog there. You don't want to hit on a woman driving like a nice car because there's a baby on board. Like it's like kind of saying, right. Hey, I'm taking.
But I guess it is fun. That's a funny premise, but you don't get that hit on when you're driving, I would say. But I guess if someone's maybe going to carjack you, they're like, I don't want to deal with a baby. That could be a carjacking deterrent.
Oh,
that's not a bad idea.
Smart. Okay, I like that. And the carjackings are up, so maybe we should all get baby on board sides because I definitely don't think carjackers want to deal with a baby.
No, it's worse
have
than
to
the
get
Venom
someone to
thing, the snake.
The what?
Remember that? What was the thing where you put on the wheel, the fucking lock that everyone had?
Well, I know what you're talking about, but it's so funny
there's
that
2
you're
things.
calling it that.
No, there's 2 things.
What
Venom
is that called? That is almost as old as the baby on board signs. God, that you put it across the steering wheel. It had a name. Wait, did it have like a snake type name?
No, this is 2 different things.
Okay, why are you thinking?
The Venom thing was a snake, was a car alarm that was trying to be sold, and the commercial was a snake coming at you going.
Oh, I remember that. The club.
Yeah.
The club.
The club.
Yes.
The club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duh.
You just.
But I do remember that snake being like a serpent, like coming out like. Wait, what commercial was that? That was so creepy.
Dude, everyone remember.
It did make me go. Wait, what was it for? Did you say what it was for?
Car alarm, I think.
Okay, yeah, it was a green snake, and I remember being like, man, if they could actually put a rattler, like a hologram rattlesnake in my car to like, because it was always just like, and it was just so creepy.
Like a hologram of like Kanye yelling about Jews in the front seat. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll go to the next car.
The club, though. The club and Baby on Board. This is throwback
I think the
episode.
club is still alive and well. I think the club is still doing like numbers.
I mean, it seemed like, they have a proprietary lock on that because I see when I typed in steering wheel lock, it's only the club. I mean, there's maybe a couple other things, but the club is still, they locked it down, man.
Yeah,
that's
that
good.
patent's airtight. Yeah.
Oh, but you know what?
club.
I actually heard from my Uber driver the other day. He was like, "Do you own a Kia?" Because we saw this
on Hyundai.
Okay, apparently in St. Louis, the big thing is that people steal cars and they just joyride them around, crash them, and then abandon them. They just want to drive around. It's insane because now Kias, you can open them with a phone charger. You just put a phone charger into the ignition, you pop off the little plastic thing, and they all are able to start by sticking your phone. Like this guy taught me how to do it, and he was like, "You own a Kia?" And I was like, "No," and he's like, "Good. I guess you've heard." And I was like, "No, I just don't want a Kia." But like, what? He was like, he really was like teaching me. He's like, people just ride into them around. Like I always thought they steal them for the parts, but on the way to the airport, the conversation started because there was just like this abandoned car in the middle of the road. It had crashed and the people had run away from it. We thought we were going to see dead bodies, but they just drive them around and then crash them.
It's so funny. That's what you're risking.
mean.
20 years of your life. It's like steal a Ferrari and drive it around like a crazy. Like the funny thing is like a Kia doesn't get to 65 miles per hour. Like you're not even going to enjoy it.
Go to a go-kart track. Like what is this?
Yeah.
Go to the supermarket and take one of those, the ones that for the older women. Ride around in that.
Get on a shopping cart and go downhill for a little while.
I guess is the thing that boggles my mind is like, why would someone risk getting caught just for a joyride? Like if they're getting parts or they're selling it or they're using it. But I bet Bessies will write in and be like, well, they're using those cars to run drugs or there's going to be some other reason. But I have heard that they just do it to joyride a little bit in the shittiest car possible. Like go rent a car. I guess that would cost money. Okay, let's get to the next one.
I have one more baby themed voicemail from Danielle.
Hey Nikki, Andrew, and Noah. This is Danielle from Maryland. I graduated from college last May, and in college I was a nanny part-time, and I watched a lot of one-year-olds. So when Nikki was talking about her face masks and how she needs like a dozen of them so that if she loses one in the night, she has another one to grab onto. It reminded me of every 1-year-old I took care of because they would need a million pacifiers in their crib all over the place,
You need a
or
clip.
else they would have a total meltdown if they woke up and they didn't have one.
Oh, I like that I reminded you of a baby.
Jack-o'-lantern.
It's cool that she called from one of those inside skydiving things. That was cool.
We love that. We love an adventure.
I'm just envisioning. Oh man, the pacifier.
Nice that
what
she
do
was
you do?
inside
You drop
an MRI
it on
machine. No, it's like babies just need them, all the time. So like sometimes parents will throw like a bunch of pacifiers because the baby will lose it and then its arm will eventually hit one and then it'll find it again. But yeah,
I've seen parents drop a pacifier like outside on the sidewalk and go
because they
back
know
to
it doesn't fucking matter because babies used to live in the environment and we didn't used to have Jessica Alba's Honest brand company to clean your baby's every orifice. It doesn't matter. I dropped my Invisalign on the ground the other day at this show and Chris saw me and I put it in his pocket and he was like, yeah, don't put that back in. And he didn't know that it was just I was putting it in his pocket because I had to go on stage, but I would have put it back. And then later on I go, can I get my Invisalign? And I put it back in my mouth and he goes, why are you doing that? And I go, because it doesn't matter. I can't see. It delicately fell on the ground. It's not like it fell into a pile of vomit. It just fell on the ground. It doesn't matter. And people are probably like, oh, Nikki, there's shit on people's shoes. There's shit on every fucking surface that you use. If you open a gate with your hand, if you touch a doorknob, unless you're washing your hands all the time, you have shit on you. And unless I can taste the shit, unless I can see it, I don't care. And I'm telling you, I don't think I'm better than people who are, I honestly think I'm worse off. I don't know what's wrong with me. I wish I cared. I wish that I had the foresight to think this is gross what I'm about to do, but I had already started putting it in my mouth and it was too late. If I would have stopped and been like, oh yeah, he already knew I was gross and I'm sticking it out because guess what? That's just who I am. I don't care. I wish I cared. I don't think about germs. I don't think about them unless let me just say, if I pet a dog or a cat, I feel the dander on my hands and I will not touch my face, touch anything until I get it off. I'm aware when I have actual grime on my hands, but this imaginary germs that everyone's freaking out about, if you can't taste it or see it or feel it, or you don't know that you've just touched someone who's sick, chill out. And I am gross. So you're probably right. And I probably have. But that was days ago. I'm fine. And I put it in Invisalign and dropped it on the ground in my mouth. But babies, I noticed that too. My sister would just pop, it would fall on the ground and she'd pop it back in. But I think parents are so conditioned that like carrots drop on the ground. Kids are picking up things constantly from the ground and putting them in their mouths. What does it matter if this binky falls 2 seconds on the ground and they pick it up? They know better. Parents know better than us. So when I first saw that, I was like, I guess I'm right.
Yeah. They hear a baby cry enough, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it falls into cow shit, just so your baby can shut the fuck up.
Let's go to break and come back with more Fanthrax after this. All right, let's get back into it. More messages, please.
All right, we have to hear this story from Rochelle.
Hey, Nikki, Andrew, and Noah. I'm calling about the topic you had a few weeks ago about awkward moments, like when you're watching TV and things like that. I used to work with a girl who cheated on her boyfriend with one of our supervisors, and it was caught on camera. After that, the boyfriend worked with us too. And after that, everybody in the office knew, but he still decided to take her back. And so it was a little bit awkward because the supervisor was around, he was around, but they got on with it. Then we got tickets for Rihanna because we had a corporate box and we all went to see her together, including the boyfriend. And everything was great. We had free drinks, food, everything, until Unfaithful came on. And then everybody just froze and just stared directly at the stage, and it was super, super awkward, and it was horrible. I was sweating through the entire song. Thank you for everything. I've quit weed because of you. I've stopped starving because of you. Thank you for being so honest. Absolutely love the pod. Jack Office War.
Jack what?
Office War?
Oh, Office War.
Yeah. Or Office something?
Or Jack Off at
either
War?
war or whore.
Holy shit.
War.
Thank you so much for those last things you
do?
said. That really touched me in a way that made I almost start crying. It was so nice. No, but that is so funny and uncomfortable. And like, we've all been there. I love these stories of like, and for those people to still get on, and like we just talked about it on yesterday's episode about couples who like will cheat and then the person will forgive them, and like how awkward that is when everyone knows that he cheated. So the lyrics to the song are, because I'm not familiar with Unfaithful: story of my life, searching for the right, but it keeps avoiding me. Sorrow in my soul because it seems that wrong. Really loves my company. He's more than a man, and this is more than love. The reason that the sky is blue. The clouds are rolling in because I'm gone again, and to him I just can't be true. And I know that he knows I'm unfaithful, and it kills him inside to know that I am happy with some other guy. I can see him dying.
Who's his boss?
I don't want to do this
boss?
anymore. Okay, I know this song now. I don't want to be the reason. Oh my God. That is so, those lyrics. I wanted to read the lyrics because I was like, how literal does this song fucking get? And it's very...
how does he stay with her? How does he do it? How does he not?
People do it all the time,
supervisor
Andrew.
too. It's the boss. You're just
People
looking
do it all
over
the
there.
time because they because they convince themselves the other person was the perpetrator, and that
that
they
it
just
was a
make that
supervisor
person the
thing.
demon. That's how
like she
you
didn't
get
have
on
a
with
choice.
it.
Yeah,
or she really accounted for it, and maybe, I don't know, I don't want to judge people. I don't think once a cheater always a cheater at all, and I think that people do cheat sometimes because it's a symptom of the relationship just being over, and they don't know how to end it, and they're not strong enough to, and sometimes it can just wake the other person up and make them realize that they don't want to lose the person they're with. Like, I don't think cheating, if you stay with someone who cheated on you, I have no judgment, but it is awkward if we go see Rihanna together and they sing that song and the guy you cheated with is right next to us. It's gonna be weird.
she's like, I got a raise and I bought you a new Kia. like I like the idea that like
he's like, but someone's joyriding out in it right now.
I couldn't do it, but yeah, I don't. I mean, look, if it Yeah,
You don't know.
Yeah, you can't
you don't
judge
know
it.
if
You
you
don't
could do
know.
it or
Yeah.
not. You don't know. You don't know.
I think I'm too much
relationship.
of a little bitch to be able to do it. I don't think.
Oh, like you would just be so scared that everyone felt sorry for you, kind of thing.
Yeah, every day I would. Every day going to work, I would just overthink the fact that everyone knows.
I kind
that
of would
my
love it
girlfriend would-
because I know this is sick, but I would be like, "Nice try, bitch." He's still mine because I would just be like, I wouldn't feel like.
If it's your boss, though, if it's your boss,
no, I feel like they would just work together. Is that what she said? I felt like it was just another
It's
coworker.
the boss. It was the supervisor. It
The
was their
supervisor. And
She
Rochelle worked
cheated
with all of
her.
them.
So the girlfriend cheated on her boyfriend who works under the supervisor with the supervisor.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Oh,
it.
I would love it if my boss tried to fuck my boyfriend and then we all worked together.
Fuck
And
your
he
boyfriend. Did fuck your boyfriend?
Yeah, it did.
Well, tried to be with him. Fucked him and
okay.
tried to be with him, and he chose me
Yeah.
over her. I win, bitch, and I know you think you're better than me because you make more money than me and you're my boss, but you really don't have love, and
Good
I
for
got
you.
that. I would feel
Jeez.
so victorious.
Wow, man.
Maybe it's because I've been on the other side of things and I know how it feels when he doesn't leave the person for you. It feels really shitty, and so that person should feel victorious. If your guy stayed with you when he could have left you for someone else, you should feel I will tell you, as the woman that has not been chosen over the girlfriend or whoever, it does feel shitty.
But imagine if you were at
I'm their
work with
boss.
that person every day. Every day.
I'm not kidding
It's
you. I would
different.
feel victorious. I wouldn't care. I
Yeah.
would be like,
Yeah.
if it was a drunken thing, I could forgive it. I'm not. Listen, I don't know their situation. Just like I said, you don't know how you would feel. I don't know how I'd feel. But I predict if I had a boyfriend who cheated on me with someone else, and it made him come to his senses, and he was like, I love you. I want to be with you. I choose you. I'm so sorry I did that. And this girl still, I know secretly, if she fucked him, she'd pine over him because that's what women do. I would feel like, nice try, bitch, even though you're my
Yeah.
boss. And I know that you're going to be so fucking nice to me the rest of the time I work. You're never going to be able to boss me around ever again because you fucked my boyfriend. So I actually have the upper hand, boss. That's how I would feel. Maybe
But
I'm
here's
wrong.
well, I think you're looking at it like the boss still wants to fuck her and still wants to date her. Now the other way is the boss fucked her and doesn't even care about her and would spit on her and doesn't give a shit about her, and yet you're with her. That's a whole nother
then
thing.
that's you're projecting onto that a different thing. I think that
No,
the
but
boss
I'm
liked
just saying that I know I'm projecting a different thing, but I'm saying that could easily
then,
be the
yeah, you're a
scenario
little-
as well.
Well, but then you wouldn't still be with the person if my boyfriend fucked the boss
Also,
and then he
the
was
boss
Yeah.
wouldn't take you to a Rihanna concert with a box seat, if that was the case.
yeah.
No, that's how much he's
but they
kissing
did.
ass. Yeah,
You're
I
so
know.
right. They wouldn't try to show off by getting a box seat unless they were still into the girl. Here's my thing: if my boss fucked my boyfriend, and for whatever reason the boss rejected my boyfriend.
Yes.
Fuck that! I wouldn't be with them anymore. It wouldn't be about me being like, I don't want to seem like a little cuck bitch. I wouldn't want to be with someone who wanted someone more than me. In the end, but I understand them possibly venturing out if our relationship is such shit. I understand how cheating happens. I guess I shouldn't, and I'm sure people are going to be like, "That's not cool, Nikki." But I don't know. I don't think once a cheater, always a cheater. I think it's sometimes just all people can do. I feel sad that that's what people have to resort to. But people are weak, man. All right, let's get to final thought. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
I want more office gossip if you guys got it.
Yeah, more drama. Send in all the drama.
All right. Here's a message from Bianca.
Hi, besties. This is Bianca from Philly. I'm just giving a quick call because I just heard Naomi, bestie, talking about the Just Yet saga in her interview process. And I've been in the interview process for the last 3.5 months. And it has been the most stressful process of my life. And I've had so many Just Yet emails. So I just wanted to shed some light and give Naomi some grace here because I know the feeling of checking your email every single day.
Yes.
I got that we don't have a decision just yet. I got that email probably weekly for about 3 weeks after I had been through every single interview until they finally made a decision. This Monday, it was me and another candidate, and I did not get the job, and I was really, really, really upset and heartbroken. But to be completely honest, the relief I felt of not having to check my email every day and not having my future be in someone else's hands was really, really a nice feeling. So it made that decision,
Interesting.
that
Bright
sad
side.
moment in my life, a lot better.
Love it.
And just know that
Yeah.
it's not you. It's never you. That it's the hiring market is literally absurd right now. They are doing too many things, and their hiring isn't a priority. So because it's a just yet, it's because they're gonna get around to it. And it's just
Yes,
not a
that's how I
priority.
felt.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a specific timeline, but deep breaths
so
and manifest
besties
that
helping
shit. Proud of you.
besties.
Love you guys. Bye.
I feel like the
Yes, that's such a good message. Thank you so much for that. I needed to hear that too.
Support
I
group.
feel like the last story goes with that story. Like the idea of like I'm gonna keep this.
That boss
job
would have fucked your
and
boyfriend
keep-
anyway.
Well, no, like the idea of like rather than looking for a new job, I'll just keep dating.
Just stay in this one.
woman.
The
Yeah,
the
I'm
market
just
is shit. They're
the
not.
market is shit. I'm staying here.
Bosses aren't hiring right now because they're busy fucking their
Fucking-
employees' boyfriends.
They're doing other things.
They're typing just yet. Wow, fucking just
That's
yet.
really nice for you to write in, and I hope
yeah,
that
good
Naomi
luck.
got that message because, man, that is so true. Like when I'm waiting for the word on something, when you finally get the word that it's not happening, what a relief that you don't have this like
To do it, yeah.
fist over your like ready to pounce on you. Like you just feel like you pulled the Band-Aid off, and you don't have to keep checking. That is a relief that I don't think about. That's great. One more.
Sure. Here, let's see one from Jonathan.
Hello, Nikki, Noah, and Andrew. It
Aw.
is your bestie, Jonathan.
Oh,
I
hello.
am sending you a
I remember
Fanthrax
this
from,
voice.
you guessed it, a vocal rest bitch.
Yes.
I feel like it is so funny, because I was told I will have to have a vocal cord surgery that very day you came back from your vocal rest.
Whoa.
I was in the hospital just listening to your after surgery episode with this robot, trying not to laugh my ass off when the doctor said I will have to stop yapping. My job also requires a lot of talking, so I believe I know how you feel. I also get how you were feeling on that Taylor Swift party, since I was the first day after my voice left listening to your IG live desperately trying not to sing. I love your Instagram live Sand the Pod. And since I can't do anything, I am watching all of your specials, F-Boy Island. And tomorrow I want to start Welcome Home Nikki Glaser ? Exclamation mark. Waiting for your tour around Europe. I love you all. Hope you have all the swells and that I wasn't 2K. JJJJ Jared.
Jared, thank you for writing to us from
Jared.
the halls of Cambridge. I mean, I love that Sir Ian McKellen was able to write to Jared. I automatically think you are a studied man, like a philosopher. That voice. I wonder what you had to have vocal rest, or like why you had to have vocal cord surgery. I'm guessing because you had polyps, and I wonder how bad it was. I would love to hear an update when you get your voice back. Stay the course. I want to know if you're dreaming silent, because that's what happened to me. Like it took about 3 days before my dreams became like I couldn't talk in them. I wonder how soon after are you waking up in the morning and not having to remind yourself not to talk? Like will you just wake up and you don't talk? Like there are still sometimes now where I will have long stretches of not talking, and I will do something like and I'll go, oh my god, shit, because I will be back in the habit of not talking, and then I will make a little noise or a grunt or something, and I'll go, oh shit. So I really enjoy being quiet, and it was a nice reminder to get that from Jared, because I kind of envy him right now, because it was really like a really interesting time to have to think about everything you said before you said it, which has never been the case for anyone. How often there's so few times where you like plan what you're going to say and are like, I'm going to say this. It's always like just talking. And literally everything when I was on voice rest was like, is this important enough? And then I would have to write it out. And it was just, it's an interesting time, and it's a good exercise. Some people might try it in their own lives. If you're just feeling a little strained in your voice, you could maybe try a voice rest day and just see how it goes. If you try not to talk as long as you can, and if you have to interact with people, just hold up a sign that says I'm on voice rest. People understand immediately. And even if you're not, just, it can be self-imposed. So try it out. Thank you so much for all the Fanthraxes. It was so fun. I love hearing from you guys. Have such a great weekend. Have all the swells. Don't be cuh. And Jack Lemmon.
Jared.
Grumpy old men. Shout out.
Oh, they alive?
Jack
One is, right?
They're both dead. Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. They're both passed.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Rest in peace. And Grumpier Old Men. Also a great movie.
Yeah, and Grumpiest.
We never got to it.
One day.
They're making it in heaven.
I heard it's on Backtrack.
No, stop
$300 million
this.
budget.
It's going to go on forever. Stop.